Hello, everybody, and welcome to Source Energy Collective. We are so glad you're here with us. Today, what we're going to be discussing is the new information that has come out about the Epstein files. We have the US government putting out 3.2 million files, I believe. But let's open up the floor first and let's welcome. We have today with me Jerry and Micheline. Do you guys want to say hi?
Yes, good day. Hello, everybody. Good to be here.
Yeah. So, um, I don't know much about this Epstein stuff, but I feel the need to, and this has a group consensus, to start this with a meditation to ground, to protect, because it has a lot of like creepy crawlies, the creepy crawly energy attached to it. There's been a lot of trauma, a lot of stuff. So let's just all put our feet firmly on the ground. We're going to ground, we're going to protect, we're going to just fill our homes. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do that a few times. If you feel guided, wiggle your body, get the creaks and the cracks out. Feeling your body just getting heavier. Feeling the stress leave your body as you take your clearing breaths, coming into your center, your calm, centered state. And now we're just going to connect with Mother Earth and send her the roots growing out of our chakra system down into the earth, connecting to her red ruby and greeting her when we're there. Breathing normally. Now I want you to bring your attention to your crown and feeling that beautiful pillar of white light coming directly from the divine, entering your crown and meeting Mother Earth in your heart. You have always been the bridge between heaven and earth. And now through your heart chakra, you're going to see that combined energy of Mother Earth and the divine coming out as a beam of light, projecting 100 miles forward, 100 miles behind, 100 miles above, below, and all around, forming a protective shield around you and your space. Now I want you just to Om chant into that space, filling it up with source center vibration. And now I want you to call the white dragon. She's our friend. She's here to protect. And the white lion. They're just going to sit beside you in this protected space, just adding a little bit of comfort, a little bit more protection right there. All right, and when you're ready, just come on back. I'm
Very
just going
nice.
to I'm going to pass this off to Jerry because I don't know much about this topic. All I know is that it's just really gross and it's really manipulated, and there's a lot of information out there that is trying to hide the truth. There's a little itty bitty bit of truth and a whole bunch of lies, and it's meant to make humanity give up on finding the truth. So that's just my little thing. So just be aware of that, right? It's a manipulation. So yeah.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a conspiracy theory times 1,000 here. So I guess if we've created our reality, then we've created this. And the Epstein stuff is extremely disturbing. And it's basically it's all of our collective psychosis, all of our dark shadows surfacing to be cleared. Um, and it's a heavy burden that we all have to bear at this point. And so this is a good time to, yes, be grounded, be within the heart space, and feel through it more than react to this. Reaction is going to be almost involuntary to some point, but we do need to process through this, and we need to have conversations, because ignoring it allows it to fester and then build with even more strength. It's like a permission slip for it to continue. So once we are aware of it, we can apply awareness to it, and we can actually start to shift. So having said all that, what we're seeing now is we're seeing basically every single leader, every single talking heads being exposed as being part of the system of control humanities through psychological trauma, gaslighting, just abusive behavior from that modality outside of us, right? The truth, of course, everything here is just our perspective. It's not. It's not. Everybody holds the truth within them, so that's all this is. But this is making it very necessary for humanity to take back its God-given power. It's not really a right; it's more of service to the to each other, and it's time to stop judging each other's process right now, because we do have to stand together to not fight it. What we need to do is we need to understand it, and we need to have peace within us, because if we have peace within us, it doesn't externally start to energize more of what we don't want. Micheline, is there something that you can add to this that I'm maybe
Can
not
I just say something just
touching
quick?
on? Yeah.
Um, Jerry, can you actually read what you read in Myself and Salish? Kind of summarize like the key
Yeah.
points on
Oh,
that.
okay.
What do you feel
Okay.
about? Yeah,
Yeah. I don't want to get into too much, I'll do that, but I just don't want to get too
summarize it.
far, because this will probably go on YouTube, and I don't want this to get pulled. So just to
Mm.
summarize what is being shown to us as a collective world, if people aren't already picking up on it, is that there's a lot of foreign interference going on from particularly certain countries. That one that starts with an I and ends with an L. There seems to be wanting to create war with the other one that starts with an I, ends with an N, and so we're seeing more um, of the psyops to get the necessary military equipment to attack other countries, and that's been going on forever. I mean, anybody knows, can see anything at all. They can see that that's it's been a bullying tactic to get other countries in line forever. Um, and what makes it even more difficult right now is because we're going into a technological era. um, there there's a lot of truths mixed with lies, and there's a lot of discernment that's going to be necessary, especially with AI coming in. Micheline, go ahead, jump in. What are you holding on to there?
Um, no, I was just listening intently to what you were saying.
Hmm.
And it's a multi-dimensional subject matter. I think I pulled a few oracle cards, some from angels and some from it's called the Star Seed Oracle. And the card that came out was I'm sorry. And it's a very interesting I'm sorry card if you see, so it's like cracking open the secrets that we're unearthing the secrets. They're coming, and it's going to be disturbing. It's going to shock many people. There's a flipping here. We're flipping things to the better. We're righting wrongs, but first we need to see what's going. And so it's going to create some pain. It's going to hit our hearts. And it has to do with our legacy. And also, this is the card of the elites that have been keeping this within their bloodlines. This is a bloodline thing a lot. It's a family or a bloodline thing. You can be invited in the family as well, of course. It's leading to something, I'll keep it to the end, but it is a detoxifying time for us. And so it's part of the detox that's happening here in our society. And it's leading us ultimately to balance and divine feminine light. Here's another dragon. It's like a white, but it has a silver hue to it, right?
Wow.
And look at that moon in the back. That was the card that I pulled before we jumped on the live. The energy that's bathing us now. Beautiful. And it's leading us to ultimately the Empress, which is, of course, the beauty of life again. And I think that what I want to say is, why are they doing this? What was the purpose of doing this? It's very controlled. And it's about the consciousness. It's an attack on our consciousness, on the purity and the innocence. That's why they use the children, is because of they are closest to God or source or the creator. However, yes. And that's why the children were targeted.
Wow. That's awesome. Did you want to go next, Marcia?
Didn't we say that things around the children were going to be coming out, and that's when that was the breaking point? So maybe this is the breaking point,
Because it will expose the banking system that has been involved, and people put their money in banks, and then they say, well, what have they been doing with my money?
So Epstein Island, let's just bring it right to the very beginning, because again, there's so much information. So I know that Epstein Island, like Jerry was saying, that the Playboy guy, Hugh Hefner was the first Epstein guy, and he would get like all these politicians to come and have like sex with beautiful women out of wedlock, and then take pictures, and then like bribe them or threaten them, right, to release the pictures. So when after you said that, Epstein Island, of course, like with these like drops, these file drops, it's a lot of prominent people that go to this island. Is it just like women? It's trafficked women. Are there children there? Is that what's
there? Yeah, I mean, there was a young lady. They have recruiters, right? So they basically they had a young girl, and the stereotype, of course, would be a young girl that's from a broken home of the parents are drug addicts and just not being a very good parents, and then he would basically took this one girl and got her to recruit as many other young girls as possible. The younger, the better that they could find, so that
But what are the ages of these girls, though? I'm
oh, they
just
can
wondering if it's
well,
kids or teenagers or what's going
yeah.
on.
Well, that's where things get really dark fast, because there's a lot of speculation that the rabbit hole goes extremely deep, and they were doing a lot of experimentations. Think of all those movies that you've seen where you've seen
Adrenochrome.
them.
It's
Yeah,
adrenochrome. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that too, but they want to live forever. Some of these beings, so they were doing a lot of experiments where they were taking their consciousness and they were taking consciousness out of one person's body and putting it into other things to figure out how they could live forever,
Like
and
Black
because their
Mirror.
body, yeah, because their body was dying, and so they were trying to save their essence by putting their consciousness into something else, extracting it, and some of these beings, they're very disconnected to compassion, and which is really the defining principle of being human, is to have that compassion and love. And so they're very uh, you know they're very sick. They're unfortunately they're mentally ill, and they've created a society where we have adopted a lot of their traits, and we're actually helping them through this process. Believe it or not, um, because they can't find their way back home, and uh, and so we are. That's why it's so important for us to embody as much as the creators love at this time.
I'm going to pull on the energies of Epstein Island and see what the cards want to tell me about that.
Sure. Um, I while you're doing that, and I know if Micheline, did you want to say something? Because I was just going to show
Oh,
my
wait,
cards
when you
here.
were talking earlier about the Adri, you know what how it all ends.
You can say
Uh,
it.
you can
I don't
say
think
that
we'll get
now?
pulled. Yeah, I don't think we'll get pulled.
Okay, the adrenochrome.
Yeah.
Pinocchio is about that. I
Ooh.
mean, that's like
Right.
the 1940s. It's I haven't watched it since I put that together,
Well,
but
Monsters Incorporated too.
oh,
Hey,
I know that
Micheline.
I cannot watch again. I watched it a long time ago with my
Yeah,
daughter. I just that makes sense.
scaring children.
It's
Yeah,
right
it gets the
right in front of
adrenaline up
us.
there, right?
Exactly. They
Yeah.
show us.
It's a
It's
dark.
like I have full chills now, but not in a good way. But you know,
Yeah.
because it is really
Go-
creepy. But in Pinocchio, you know, there's that island where the little boys are sent, and they are turned into donkeys, right? Or asses. You know, that's another term for donkey. And it's
mm,
because they lose their innocence, you know, they start indulging in all these vices.
yeah, and they also they used they use sex as a way to open portals with these entities to come in too. So they're doing that too. I know it's pretty disturbing for people to hear
Just
that.
to add one more thing to the
Yeah,
Pinocchio is an Italian word. Pin means it's the pineal, okay? And
yeah,
occhio means the eye. And so it's right in front of us. So when you're
right.
saying what you're talking about opening portals and using
Yeah.
children as vessels to extract from them, there it's vampiric energy, of course.
Well, now we're thinking of Dark Crystal, that movie, Dark
Oh,
Crystal. It's called Dark Crystal, I think it's called. They're doing that
yes,
to those
yeah, the
feminine
Jim
things.
Henson, the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Eyes
I'm
won't.
sorry, I interrupted you,
No,
Jerry.
no, no, no. This is a flow. It's perfect.
So these cards popped out as I was shuffling, just as everybody was talking. And I feel like this is about the file dump, right? It's going to create a new way forward, right? It's opening a door into something new.
Good.
But people have to take that step into the something new, right? And it's like very, like even me, there's a reason I don't know a lot about this stuff, right? Because I don't want to. You know,
Mhm.
it's so dark. It's not something that I want to even let into my awareness. But Jerry hit it on the head at the beginning. It's like that whole if you don't see it, you won't say anything. And that is in itself saying it's okay, right? It's like why all these movies are coming out. It's like that's a way out of karma, their karma. So they don't get a backlash of karma. It's we've shown them, but we didn't know to say no, we don't consent to it. Right. Another card that just came in was the Wheel of Fortune. So this file dump is going to really start turning the wheel. It's really going to invert the power system. It's really going to show what is happening. We did go down some rabbit holes here with the children and like all the energy and portals and all that stuff. And I feel like the wheel is going to be showing people eventually. I don't think it's going to be like now, but it's going to show people eventually like what's going on. I see my little squirrel outside playing around, right?
Literally a squirrel. That's
Literally
awesome.
a squirrel.
Uh,
So then
well,
I pulled on the
okay.
energy of the island, and it's the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this is Epstein. This is like, it's all about money. It's all about like, this card should be inverted, right? It's all about money. It's all about like trying to accumulate. It's not a very good energy. That was the one in the past. It is it's going to bring up a lot of karma. They're not going to. I feel like all of these should be inverted. They're not going to be able to get rid of this like karmic kind of payback that they're going to have to pay back. Anybody that's been there, anybody that is allowing it, there's a shit ton of karma that is attached to the soul now. And see, that's what it is, right? The karma, you know? Um, now
The
all
card,
these
I'm sorry, what was that card that you just showed us? Because it was on the side, and so
nine of wands.
it is the nine. Okay.
Yeah, the nine of wands. And so this is what they're trying to portray. Like all the people that have gone there, it's a dark energy in there, but like the people that have gone there, the people on these file drops are trying to portray the fact that they are like this. They are like upstanding citizens, and they're all, they're good at their job, and they're really great husbands or wives or whatever. Because I know some women have been in there. Like there's a big ex person who is trying to be president, who's a female, who also is on the list. The Ace of Wands, it's coming in, like it's showing us all of this, right? And it's really destined. And this is the advice to stand face forward, to face it as the Queen of Wands, and not ignore it, right? And I guess that's like advice for me too. So, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that it will be necessary for many people to go so deep into it. I
No.
I think that well, I have done a lot of research on this, but this is all, this is dating back to 2021 already for myself. So this is like it's resurfacing, and like it kind of went away, and it's coming back. It's we were talking about the Kali Yuga and how the spiraling, and I was listening to a video. It's kind of dense with Magenta Pixie. I don't know if you know her, Magenta
Yeah.
Pixie. She
Very
she
good.
put out a video that, and I had to listen to it 3 times to get everything. I should just take notes. It's a very important video. It's not too long either. But she talks about that spiraling effect, and we are going up, and they cannot go there. They're unable to. They will become
Energetically.
in. The thing is that we're going to look at it, but that there is the dichotomy of looking and detaching. So it's again the observing and not absorbing. And the absorbing will be very enticing, right? Because we have been people who have been just like overstimulated by movies, by high emotions and all that. And now we have to find that, and I'll go back to this card. This is what we're after. And the balance, and we need to get to that 0 point nexus where we're neutralizing all of that bad stuff and not dwelling on it. So you have to look at it. You don't dismiss it, like you're not putting it under the rug, but you cannot emotionally get too involved.
Yeah.
It can sting, but then don't get, if you put too much of the attention to the stinging, you will miss your chance at the spiraling up. So there is a balance between using your heart, your mind, and like a directing your energy. Where do you want to go? And yes, I think there should be consequences. I think, you know what? It doesn't matter what we think. It's out of our hands. It is happening. It's going to happen because it is that time. It is the pendulum swinging
Yeah.
back. And that's where
Yeah.
we're.
Yeah, and everything's already been done anyways. It's in the background. There's a lot of these people have already been taken care of, and a lot of this just has to get played out, right?
Right, right.
So
So I pulled on, was the release of these files a manipulated, like fulfilled threat to the United States? And I got this is Eight of Pentacles.
Mhm.
So I feel that is saying to me, yes, it is. It's been in the ropes for a long time. There is a bit of karma attached to it. It is going to have a lot of like effects on our physical world, our systems of this world. So that's what's coming through with that card. Um, the whole point of the release was, yes, it's to break down everything.
Yeah, bring it.
Um,
Yeah,
but what do you guys feel about that? That's the Ten of Cups challenging that. So in what I'm getting, and you guys can voice it too, is that yes, it was supposed to break it down, but along the lines of the physical earth movements being dampened down by something that is dampening down the death and destruction that would come from it, and not letting that death and destruction happen. I feel like this was put out in not such a great way. It was a threat, kind of a threat fulfilled, but it's being turned by really great forces that is going to use the situation and amplify us into something a lot better. So that is the dampening down of that. Let me just finish the read and then you guys can lock in. So it's putting humanity into exactly what we were saying, right? Like into a place where they cannot not look, right? Into a place of like a new place of passion. A lot of people feel really dead, really confused, really overwhelmed, like the nervous systems are overwhelmed with all of this information coming in. It's coming at us one after the other. That's what Micheline was saying, right? So it's going, so a lot of people have shut themselves down, right, to deal with it. But this situation is going to bring up the fire a little bit more, and I feel like this is the person who released it. It was very thought out, it was very non emotional, it was very strategic. Um, and this is the advice. The advice is to show the desperation, what happened at the island, and that again is going to be used to leap humanity forward, right? I did ask for some clarifiers on why it was released. I have the Four of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Again, that is our theme card for today, you guys, the Knight of Cups and the Four of Swords. So, what the clarifiers are telling me right now,
That's the Christic,
the
right?
Christ card, yeah.
Yes.
The Four of Swords is telling me about like the systems. It's for the systems. It's to show the systems. The Knight of Cups is to help us to take back those systems, to revamp them into something Christed, right? So yeah, yeah. What do you guys think? I'm not telling you guys to pull on things. I'm just let it. I'm not. I don't know anything about the Epstein. This is so. Just pull on whatever you want to pull on, and yeah.
Jerry, did you want to go ahead? Did you have something?
well, I'd like to just say that this is old information. This is
Mm,
old cellular information that's surfacing. So it
absolutely.
does need to be cleared. We talked about that, but it's a good reminder that this is like Atlantis. This is stuff
Mhm.
that's it's embedded deep within our bones, literally. So it's yeah. I mean, if I was to pull cards, and I'd say right now
Mm,
the light is shining the brightest, and so everything is being illuminated. And I get a feeling with this. Did you say Uranus is shifting in
Yeah,
because I'm getting a lot of Uranus energy right now, where it really like to shake things up. So I'm
Uranus.
feeling that that's what's taking place. And the
It's
beautiful
gone
thing about
direct. Uranus just went direct
he did okay,
into Taurus. Yeah.
yeah, and so this is like really disturbing language that we're seeing right
mm,
now. Like it's really bad, but the idea is to get people to walk away from the old guard, which is in my past, which would be the gatekeepers of of what Micheline was beautifully saying earlier about our own consciousness being so vital. And so I think there's going to be laws going forward that involve like, because before there was a time where we couldn't describe what a mass killing was, so they had to invent the word genocide so that way we could all understand that modality. So I think going forward they're going to come up with a term that describes having consciousness and awareness. And that's really what science totally does not want anybody to have or to understand, to bring into any of their equations, because it changes absolutely everything. And when we realize that how valuable consciousness is, which is it's our most important asset, more than gold, silver, or anything. And so
So
there's going to be a term for that, and that's going to stop technological companies from trying to usurp our consciousness through technological means, where they're captivating our consciousness constantly, which is what we're seeing. So there is some good stuff that's going to come about all this, but we do have to have, like, these are beautiful discussions. We all get to share perspectives, and you know,
when Jerry, you were talking about the Atlantean age, and we're kind of playing it out in our modern times, right? And I just picked up the first card here, and it's Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom, and Look a Little Deeper. And with the pyramids, you see.
Yeah.
You can't make
oh,
this
love it,
up. Honestly, you really cannot.
beautiful.
And on a higher note, it is New Earth, it's happening. That's what it's called. It's happening. It says it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So just what you said, right? And then surrender to the sweetness as opposed to surrendering to the just
Yeah.
the not so sweet aspects of our society. So doesn't this look much better with the
Well, and and
waters and just
and
the purifying of
yeah, and sorry to interrupt you, Micheline.
no, not at
You're
all.
right. I wanted to, when you said, yeah, surrendering is not surrendering in you're giving up. It's more that you are allowing your spirit to rise within you, your connection to surface. You're allowing the information that's being presented, even though it's really really difficult. It'll actually help change you into a different person if you allow it. So there's a propelling that does happen,
It's
right?
just like that Ten of Swords card is a surrender, but it's also a breakthrough. There's a breaking dawn in the background. It's the
Beautiful.
end of a chapter and it's a transition. And it's also like a 0 point, because it's kind of done. Like one day I was listening to, as it was Marcia discussing the Ten of Swords card with Bree, and you just looked at the card and you went, oh my God, like all those swords. It's like so done.
It's a
It's
lot of
like,
swords.
like there's so many. Like that guy's not getting up. But I have another deck where it's the breakthrough card, and I thought, oh yes, that makes so much sense because there's the breaking dawn in the background. It's the end of something.
It's the end of this.
Absolutely.
Huh.
I picked cards on how humanity is going to react, and I'm just shuffling, and cards are popping out, and so there's no like placement or anything like that. But humanity is tired. This is the Five of Cups, right? And just, yeah, overwhelmed and tired. But humanity is also going to get a chance to take a look at what is happening, the karma, pay back some karma, um, shift in the physical systems of this here world. And again, with the frickin' Knight of Cups again, it's three times. I guess Spirit is telling us that like, it's the message of this channel. Even though there are things that are hard to see, you can definitely twist it and come out and recreate something that is heart centered and Christ conscious, right? Mhm.
And those meditations that you have online, I think they're very valuable. Like I would invite anyone who hasn't started them, even go back to the Lionsgate because you don't have to do the Lionsgate on the Lionsgate. I've noticed that
You
myself.
don't.
You don't have to. It really is timeless. And that particular, like I did it 8 times. I guess I needed a lot of clearing, but
It was so good.
it
Yeah.
was so good. But it prepared me then for the, we call it the three-eye atlas, but I heard someone say the third eye atlas. I went, oh, that is so perfect.
That is exactly what it's going to do. It's opening up the
Exactly.
Padma, the gateway for people to have their connection to the divine, because the Kundalini is intelligence of the earth going up to the intelligence of the divine, like
Absolutely.
absolutely making you, you already are a bridge of heaven to earth, but this is going to improve it, right?
So
You're
if
going to be
people
able to
wanted to go
connect.
back to December and start with that first one, I would really encourage that because it's preparing you to be able to integrate the energies coming in now. Because the clearing needs to happen unless you have a very good, just personal uh, routine. And but I find that that was a really good tool to have under your belt.
Yes. So the last card I'm going to pick on this Epstein to end it with a little bit of positivity. We're not ending the video, but I'm done with picking cards. The Two of Cups. So it is, yes, it's shitty. Yes, it's hard to hear, but yes, it's going to unite humanity in a way that desperately humanity needs. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's also a time for reflection, obviously, but it's also a time to decide if from the soul's perspective, it's a time, does the 3D world still serve its expansion? It just depends where a person's at, not from an individual standpoint, but more from the collective soul, what the collective soul wants to experience. So it's really important that we stay out of judgment of others. Oh, that person's asleep, and oh, this person's doing that. We really need to stop looking at a person from an individual standpoint and start seeing them more as a soul that's experiencing all that is, because I know it's very hard at this time to do that, but I think it's very important that we maintain our dignity and our self-respect, and also our humanity, which is I think which is part of what we're going to need to preserve, that gem-like quality of ours, right? Hi,
And
Svetlana.
also,
I think she's driving.
We have just a time check. We do only have 8 minutes left, so time to start wrapping it up. Um,
Hey.
before you go, Micheline, one thing did come in as Jerry was talking, and this is a little bit hard to say. I'm not saying this as an excuse for anybody's behavior. I do feel strongly that it is none of my business what justice they get, because the world has them, right? The divine's got them. Like they're gonna have to go through their what's it called, their life review, so it's none of my business. But even the people that were horrific, see, there's a judgment right there, that were at Epstein Island, they're playing a role, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
right.
contracted for this,
Yeah.
So, hey, Svetlana, we're going to end this video, but we're not going to leave. So, I don't know what you guys want to do. I'm just going to pick a thing from Mother Earth, a message from Mother Earth, as we usually do.
Yes.
Up to you if you guys want to keep chatting for another few
Yeah, no,
minutes.
that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll chit chat for a little bit, and then maybe Micheline can chit chat, and that'll give you time to do do your last card. I'm going to do an oracle myself. I think I'll just keep it kind of like that. Yeah, so I mean, it is nice. It is nice to have this
Oh my
information come out.
God.
What do you mean, Jerry? It's nice to have this information come out. Well, it's nice to tear the band-aid off, and to allow the festering to be cleaned up, to get rid of some of the pussy, uh, shit that's in our society cleaned up. And the only way that it can ever get cleaned up is if it comes into our awareness, and it couldn't be more in our awareness than right now. And
Hmm.
so I will also do a card. But I'll just do one oracle card. Micheline, did you want to say something?
Well, Marcia was asking about Mother Earth, and so I asked, how does Mother Earth want us to navigate through these difficult times? And so that was the past, the difficult times. But I think this is seeping into the present.
Swords.
Like and all the information. You see, this person, we talked about this before, how the swords are going, they're not over they're going horizontally. And so it's the anxiety, it's just the realization, it might not be, this is all the information. It might not be like personal information affecting the person here, but it really is disturbing information, and it's coming in hot and it's coming in fast, and also you get to navigate your consciousness, make sure that you are okay. Like some days, if you don't feel grounded, don't listen to that stuff. And it's okay to rest. Okay. Because I think that to digest, it'll have to go little by little. I know that once, I remember once I started looking into this, and I was aware of the children as early as 2017. And it was not because of, funny enough, I was a homeschooling mom then, and I went to a chess club, and the chess club was at a community center. And in the kitchen, the moms would gather around, and have tea while the kids were playing. So I just came in and I was making my tea, minding my own business. And one of the mothers was an ex-military. And she started talking about, I'll be very careful here, politicians, but like an ex-prime minister. And she was telling it all, like what was going on, the family. And he was a prime minister 4 times in a row. So you'll know who I'm talking about. And then his son became prime minister. And she was really truth-telling. And because my husband was in politics and I didn't say a word, my hair stood up, on my head, and I was just listening. I didn't say a word. But then I started researching. So I started researching the little people as early as then. And then I found a bunch of stuff that then was taken off the internet. So all this to say is that it had to go little by little. Because it could make me ill. Like it kept me up at night. It really did. I was this person. Absolutely, I was this person.
You know what's beautiful about that card, Micheline? Can you put that up card up again, please, dear? You notice that the blanket she's or is it she or he's wrapped in, is it's got the pattern of the tree of life, as well.
Is it? Oh
Yeah,
yes, the
yes, they're
roses.
so basically, yeah, stuck in the mind, and already doesn't realize that they're already wrapped in everything that they know is already within them. That's what I'm getting on that card. I love that. I just kind of picked up on that recently. I meant to.
It's such a dark card, compared to all the other pulls we've had in the past. Like even in the past 2 weeks, Mother Earth has always been like just, we had the Empress and all this, just the Ten of Cups and all the rainbow cards, and now it's really, she has a strong message, and not like even, resting is okay. You take it in really slow, and don't dwell. You have to move forward then, even though, and this will be the challenge for many. And it actually, I'll say, I'll be very bold, but it can delay your ascension if you dwell too much on it. And I can speak of experience. I mean, it could shut you down, right? Because of the sadness and just realizing what's been going on under our feet and behind our backs.
Well,
So
kudos.
I'm just going to give people, I love that. And it is a really dark card. Usually Mother Earth gives us a really uplifting message to end. I also got a dark card. And when I got my dark card, I just sat here and I was like, okay, you know what? Like I'm feeling some stuff. So I'm just going to say source center vibration, feel my body, feel my home, feel my property, right? And feel into that. So if anybody after this conversation bringing up some really important things that we do have to be aware of, if you need some sort of something, I really highly suggest to do some deep breathing, to say that script, source center vibration, feel me, everything out of imbalance will come back into balance. Also, it's a really great protection as well. It's something I do. I touch people for a job, like I touch people. I'm a lash artist, right? So I always do that. And you can also do this, a lot of snapping, right? Clapping. If you have bells, you can ring the bell as
I was just
well.
thinking of that.
You know, so yeah, I'm just going to end this video. We are at the time limit. And did you guys want to pop in and say goodbye or any closing words?
I have one card I thought was really interesting is Telepathy of Terra, you see. And so this is Mother Earth talking to us. This one is also about, it's so interesting. It's about it. Things might not be looking too logical right now and to just not judge anything.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
awesome.
Isn't
Love
that interesting? Mm.
Beautiful. All right, Jerry, you good?
Yeah, I can go if you guys want. I just basically I pulled the one card. It was the psilocybin card from Mother Earth, and yeah, it was mushrooms were called holy children. What they used to nickname these particular mushrooms, and the guidance is that they have come to tell you that you have arrived at your place of power. They are beacons of light on earth and offer psychic healing on a collective level. I mean, man, do we need that, right? You get to tune in and commune with the ancestors and the powers that be that be to further develop your power. So we could all use a little bit more of standing in our own power right now. We can see that, right? Where we've given our power away. Psilocybin floods our body with light codes, loosening the knots that we've created, hung on to, and that we volunteer to protect through the journey of life. That's a better way of saying it. Don't resist the profound teachings. Relax into the higher mind as you commune with its loving awareness. As you find home with it within, commune with others and experience that supports you. Connect to nature and the extensive community of energies that are lovingly there awaiting your conscious arrival. Commune with the spirits and channel the wisdom provided with sure-footed spontaneity. How do you say that? Spontaneity? Spontaneity?
Spontaneity.
Yeah. That,
Yeah.
never get to say that word much in a sentence.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
So I hope you enjoyed this video. And
Just one more
again,
thing, Marcia, just to lighten things up, I just took an angel card, an Archangel Gabriel card, and it's the deserving card. And it says, like all of God's children you deserve happiness, health, and love. And this is where we're going.
yeah,
beautiful. I love that.
beautiful.
Glass is half full.
Take it away, Marcia.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit of a harder topic, but we feel, again, it's good to have the awareness and to move forward from there. But just protect your energy and just balance the emotions that come out. And if anybody needs help on how to do that, we have a playlist called Build Your Foundation, and it walks you through how to release emotions energetically. And also, I believe it does talk about releasing traumas as well. And then you shall have some freedom. So we will catch you in the next video.